Hello everyone. Today we are not going to do case study. Instead, we will go through something that I found that most of you ignore, and that is the environment of the business operation. I found that you guys know how to look at the environment before making decisions. In the business operation environment, you can see that there is the seasonal indicators. And in here, you can find the index of which quarter has the best rate. And in the industry background, you can see which market has the high or the low rating. And it seems that most of you know what to look for. But in the beginning, we should look at the status. And the economy function inside the status will have the graph to show you the changes of different seasons. As you see, the price index, the economic growth rate, and the seasonal indicators are there to show you the differences. And these differences are among the different seasons or quarters. So we shouldn't ignore the changes in these figures. And there is a direct impact on the economic growth rate where it shows the difference between quarters. And as you see for this round, the growth rate from quarters to quarter is about 5% difference. And the market growth rate graph will show you the differences among markets. And you can look at those figures and use it as reference. In another word, if decisions made by different teams remain the same and not to consider other factors for the decisions, we can see that the market is growing. And because of this growth, most of the companies are running out of stocks. And I guess that the understanding of the environment is not good enough. By increasing the budget to capture more market and still not being able to satisfy the demand in the market. So we will take a look at the company named Zenith. From round 1 to round 4, the sales volume are less than the potential demand. That means the company is running out of stock and the market is way better than you expected. And that's the reason why we have to look at the figures in the environment. The other tactic is the cost leadership. That is to sell more items in much lower price. And because you're selling more items with low price and you have to worry about the cost of the item. And when you look at the financial statement of the company, there is a cash flow figures. And it shows the material unit price. And we have to look at the patterns of the material unit price to see the up and down. And in the very beginning, we look at the material unit price, and that is $1.15. And that means the cost of each item is $1.15. And because we are looking at round 0, so this material unit price means the next period cost of the item. And when we look at round 1, the material unit price is $1.51 for the next period. And in the round 2, you can see the material unit price of $1.57 for the next round. And in round 3, it tells you that the material unit price is $1.78 for round 4. And you will see that the cost of the material unit price are rising. Because of that, maybe we should look into buying more in the very beginning, and we will have more control to the cost of making the products. And the answer is correct. As you see in round 1, we are looking at $1.15 for the material unit price, but when you get to round 3, it is $1.78. And the differences between the two material unit price will affect the unit cost of your goods. And the material consumption for Zenith is 0.72. That means for each unit of the product that we manufacture, we need more than 1 unit of the raw material. And that is close to 1.5 unit of the raw material in this case. And when you look at $1.78 for the material unit price against the round 0 of $1.15, there is 60 cents difference. So for each unit of the raw material we use for the production, and with 60 cents on the material unit price, as well as the material consumption of about 1.5, the cost of making this product will be around $1. And that will affect the cost structure of your decision. And in the cost structure graph, if you purchase the raw material appropriately, you can reduce the cost in the cost of goods sold figure. For this one, to manufacture each unit, you have to spend $5.54. And if your raw material cost is $4.50, it will affect the final cost of the unit. As you see, there are benefits in buying more raw material in the very beginning. But there is also a drawback, which is the capital become less. And if you're running low in cash, you may have to borrow money from the bank. And you can see in the make decision page, there is a column for bank loan. So if you're running low in cash, you may want to borrow money from there. Also, when you purchase more raw material, you need to look at the management of the raw material. And in here you can see the warehouse expenses for the storage of the raw material. In terms of which way is the best way to do it, you need to make some planning. If you want to be a cost leader, you need to lower the cost of the raw material, and you have to look at the future quarters. That means you're not looking at this quarter. You need to look at quarters ahead of you. Therefore, you need to practice more and do better planning. Besides understanding the market and looking at the environment, we should look at the longer term. That means quarters ahead of us. Okay, that's all for this topic. Thank you very much.